in, everybody. I think this might be the first time I've opened the dungeon up. So this is what the entrance looks like.
manga, but limbs is a go-to, they can never ghost you. If you're up and about, got the crowds on the ramp, someone's gonna phone you. Yeah, I get round and around signals and the crowd like, let me come and show you. Car, it's little limbs and I have to show them. Humble I see, so my raps then blend. Mixing my flavors, there's no pretend. Gal, I'm love when I sing, man, I'm love when I bend. Energy's a rise, bars coming out vexed. Them I know my abilities never far-fetched. Them I know I'll be killing it from now to the end. Yeah, got me telling them why. 16 bars got me carried up high, nearly touching the ceiling. Side take 5. Came to the shoot when my guys fell back. Now I'm spraying on the mic till my voice got tired. Run the vocals, always got my lines on minds. I am one of them MCs that go on asking for the mic range and never cool lines. Me never gonna be that get to know. Opus on my side, 140's be no. Shell lane where I stay. I ain't going home till my bro grab the decks. Yeah, we have to show. Meanwhile, we got rappers selling our souls with the dib lines. No one thought that was close to the moving. I'm meant for attention to blow. Seen it all in line when in person I ghost. Get the sound, so I had to come coast you. Send them on a photo. Yeah, I'm activated like manga, but limbs is a go-to. They can never ghost you. If you're up and about, got the crowds on the ramp, someone's gonna phone you. Yeah, I get round and around, signals in the crowd like, let me come and show you. Why? I'm a real MC and I'm realer the most. Step on stage with the powers I hold, set done, grab a drink, blend in like a ghost. They wouldn't even know it was me and the boat. I just do my thing, chill out and roll. Yeah, I might kill a man on the low. Eventually the crowd's gonna know that for sure. Still it's fine right here, but see time is a matter. Time's getting peak, can't never stop counting. Ease on my mind, trying to rest on the ladder. Stress gotta focus, plans on the planet. Got me up late till the morning, but it's all timing. Man, I take one breath for the stamina. This grind is for the long haul marathon. Looking back like this is all added up, down on the vocals. Yeah, opus got the sound, so I had to come coast you. Sit up on the photo. Yeah, I'm activated like manga, but limbs is a go-to. They can never ghost you. If you're up and about with the crowds on the ramp, someone's gonna phone you. Yeah, I get around and around, signals in the crowd like, let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some prices up on my Instagram. You too can get your logo up on my stream because I forget to take it down. Yeah, I'm playing a bit earlier today. I wanted to make sure I could get Combo Ashley and Mistake on. So, swapped some things around and I'm on a 10 today. Bright and early. Probably going to go back and remaster this a little bit, because this is from, I don't know, like a month ago now.
fair when they're too bright. I'm the only one who knows what I need to do, right? I live my life to see my mind be free. Gotta decide between my guides and me. I've got the right to breathe, come say goodbye to me. I'll hit it right between the iris with the irony. Underground, right beneath the rubbles where you're finding me. Minority, some would say I'm stumbled in society. Head down, others say I'm humbled with advisories. Next round, lightning, hail and thunder cause anxiety. Get it all off my chest, give us all the rest. Get it all off my chest, give us all the rest. Give us all the rest, someone call the feds. Get it all off my chest, give us all the rest. Give us all the rest. Get it all off my chest, give us all the rest. Give us all the rest, someone call the feds. Get it all off my chest, give us all the rest. Give us all the rest, someone call the feds. Watch how we steppin' in, settle down, little child, I'll sell you some amphetamine. Look back, but my guys snuck the weapon in. Grey clouds are all I see as I try to settle in. Filling it up as I'm letting it go. Spilling my cup as I'm sending them home. I'm all out of luck as I sit on my throne. King of this shit, so don't ring on my phone. I wonder how many notes these fools gonna take. I don't hear one original thought in the place. That's why my man got a left hook caught in his face. Originality's key and the talking is fake. Failing at college, I'll do it again. Gaining my knowledge of using my strength. I just want to flourish in movement again. Shame that he's got it, no need to pretend. Get it all off my chest. Give us all the rest. Give us all the rest. Someone call the feds. Get it all off my chest. Give us all the rest. Give us all the rest. Someone call the feds.
Let me show you. knock you down hard. We must get ready for it.
other scene.
Looks like you lost another one.
This one coming in is my most recent I've been working on.
Blood, 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 blood.
like that.
Enforcing our loyalty, assuming unwanted intentions, and talk of elections. But war on us forming connections. We're out here coursing our progress, but wonder devoid of protection. Is it all power? Is it all greed? Convinces rules we need to succeed. Can't we just live? Can't we just be? They want us to pay for the air that we breathe. Life becomes death, death becomes life. From our first breath, truths become lies. Lies become reality, simulation is the vision. Faithful follow blindly, fact or fiction, it was written. Life becomes death, death becomes life. From our first breath, truths become lies. Lies become reality, simulation is the vision. Faithful follow blindly, fact or fiction, it was written. Trucking, grinding, everyday questing, striving. Everyone flexing, blinded, no rest for the wicked-minded. Everyone chasing lifestyle, more time I'm on survival. Time spent living these movements, they looking at us like rivals. They got us moving in silence, living in the dark of the shadows. Media selling us violence, no wonder all of us paro. These times man are living in the matrix. Everyone trying to work angles, but all of us under surveillance. I seen angels hung for the gallows. Life becomes death, death becomes life. From our first breath,
Let me tell you something.
It's because I am English.
Let me tell you something.
My favorite rapper, cause now only one my Johnny. Onto the ball, pick your rap guru ready for war. Ready for war, pick your rap guru ready for war. Lion paw, onto the ball, pick your rap guru ready for war. Ready for war, pick your rap guru ready for war. Lion paw, onto the ball, pick your rap guru ready for war. Ready for war, pick your rap guru ready for war. Lion paw, onto the ball, pick your rap guru ready for war. Ready for war, pick your rap guru ready for war. Ready for war, something like them boys can come like stand. Ready for war. Lead them go no follow our hustle regular. School them go no seminar. Doing no reach my living out. Ready for war.
ID by Tentacle T and myself. treat redeem. Okay. I think he's asleep in bed, but he will wake up for that. You gotta give me a minute to put some treats in the puzzle. I don't have a Ricky cam though. That's a bummer. Alright, I'll do some mixing and then I'll get there. He's got a bunch of different puzzles actually. He's a clever dog, so he figures them out pretty quickly. But I have a DJ mixing turntable puzzle, so I'll put the treats in that and I'll show you, and then he'll use that.
say Jah Jah are the king. Jah are the king, and me say create everything. Kings of kings, and me say Lord of Lord. Conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. And somebody flee me say unto the north. Somebody flee me say unto the south. We are soldier, we are roughneck scout. And everywhere we go, we say we rule all about.
He heard the sound of treat bags being opened, and so he's here and ready. Let me show you this toy. I don't know if you can see that. Let me put the mic down so I can point at stuff. Finish the puzzle. The funny thing is, now he expects some kind of reward for that, like he did some kind of work. That is the reward.
fucking minion. Spinning it, killing it. Please stay winning as militant. Please don't come around giving it. Never been into that business. Talk about lyricists. I man touch rhythm like physicists. This, that visceral, this, that sinister. Yes, I'm not ridiculous. I'm a sinner with a synonym, silly with a syncopation and syllables. Should have been a killer since infancy. Man, I'm rinsing. I don't miss my minerals. No one don't mince my words. One time, man, I'm moving silence. Take this with a pinch of shatter, if you will, but that's you and your timing. Yeah, we've been here before, and again we've been here before. Been out the door, been done shell off the floor. Been gone sick in the war, six to the jaw. You will get lips to the floor, you will get lips to the floor. I know the score, I know the apex. Get a bit more, and again still get a bit more. Yeah, he's done it before, and again he's done it before. Been out the door, been done shell off the floor. Been gone sick in the war, six to the jaw. You will get lips to the floor, you will get lips to the floor. I know the score, I know the apex. Get a bit more, and again still get a bit more. Infamous infidel, always equipped to sell. Yeah, I got shit for sale. Get the picture, the fish off the Richter scale. Don't give a shit if you've been in jail, you still a fail. Seen a donkey dump in the tail. Mind digger that gazist this pair like he sniffed the rail. Fuck the BTP, METNYBD, LAPD. Some dickhead, blue life fantasy. Man, I deal it with actual factuals. You deal it with stats on stats like some gap year. Break that rope from a 2-bit magazine. I came with a strategy, you came with a couple long arms, no battery. Yeah, we've been here before, and again we've been here before. Been out the door, been done shell off the floor. Been gone sick in the war, six to the jaw. You will get lips to the floor, you will get lips to the floor. I know the score, I know the apex. Get a bit more, and again still get a bit more. Yeah, he's done it before, and again he's done it before. Been out the door, been done shell off the floor. Been gone sick in the war, six to the jaw. You will get lips to the floor, you will get lips to the floor. I know the score, I know the apex. Get a bit more, and again still get a bit. What's your staple diet? What you really eat? What you really drinking? What you really reading? Are those your thoughts you're thinking? Who's those words you're speaking? Is that your opinion? You sound like a fucking minion. What's your staple diet? What
this one right now is also an original I'm calling Sick Funky.
What are you trying to prove?
Got about 15 more minutes from me, and then we'll be heading over to J-Rex. I'm raiding him this time. Anyway, I'm gonna play my most recent original again. You Can't Stop Me.
hope we have. Let's go. Keep it thorough for real, I'm up in your face. Yeah, I go to move with millions up in the safe. Keep it thorough for real, I'm up in your face. Yeah, I go to move with millions up in the safe. 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 Yeah, the grind don't stop it. Better find those doctors. I don't care, I'll mind who's popping. I got my own, I shine real often. Work to do, and it might hurt a few. You know the certain cue. Looking like they might search and groove. I know I got my workman boots. I know I got my workman shoes on. Looking at me, just move on. I got my own like Mulan. They want a war, I cool off. I tell them beef takes too long. I'm trying to work and stack. I know they hear that fact. You know what hurts in fact? Me when I come right back. Keep it thorough for real, I'm up in your face. Yeah, I go to move with millions up in the safe. Keep it thorough for real, I'm up in your face. Yeah, I go to move with millions up in the safe. Millions up in the safe. I go to move with millions up in the safe. Millions up in the safe. Millions up in the safe. Yeah, millions up in the safe. I had to come and relate. You do not come to my face. You know we not in the play. If you just talk then save it. I am the one for conversating. I got a goal I'm contemplating. You know the aim. You gotta admit it or not. Somebody get them involved. I'm never missing a charge. Somebody give me a star. Somebody give me a ring. Safe.
Gasaza. This is also Gasaza. What? Head over to J-Mercs now. See you guys over there.